వీడియోస్ నేను మీకు షేర్ చేస్తున్నాను, అది చూసుకోండి. మీకోసమే నేను ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ నేర్చుకొని మీకు పీపీటీస్, వీడియో ప్రెజెంటేషన్ అన్నీ చేస్తున్నాను. Therefore, I request you to prepare well for the examinations and try to get more and more marks and knowledge. Not only marks, but also the knowledge. Knowledge is important. Screen share అవుతుందా నాన్న?
అవుతుంది సార్.
Yes, very good. ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది స్క్రీన్ మీద?
థ్యాంక్ యూ డాక్టర్ టి మధుసూదన, లెక్చరర్ ఇన్ కామర్స్, జీసీ కడప సార్.
ఓకే. Okay. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the managerial economics class. In this class, we try to learn what are the various pricing policies and strategies that are available to the business people, under which circumstances these various policies and strategies can be adapted by the business organizations. Okay. After completion of this class, you will be knowing various pricing policy. What is a pricing policy? What are the various pricing policies? And what is a pricing strategy? What are the various pricing strategies of business organizations? All these things you will be known. So let us start the class. Pricing policy. What is a pricing policy? So before knowing the pricing policy, first let us know what is the price. Price is the quantity of payment or compensation given by one party to another in return for goods or services. So this is a meaning or definition of the concept of price. So price is the quantity of payment or compensation given by one party to another in return for goods or services. So that is what the price. That means when you are getting goods from the trader or somebody else, in compensation to the goods or services, we will pay the money. So price is a quantity of payment made to another party in exchange of goods or services. Okay. The price of a product may be seen as a financial expression of the value of that product. You know, the price means it is a financial expression. You just underline that, financial expression. Price is always in terms of money. It is not in other terms. Therefore, the price of any product. What is the price of a particular product? We say this much of rupees, this much of rupees, this much of rupees. That means always price is a financial expression for the value of that particular product. So based on the price only we value the product. Okay. If it is 10 rupees, the value of the product is 10 rupees. If it is 1000 rupees, the value of the product is 1000 rupees. Okay. The price, the value of the product is determined or expressed in terms of money only. Okay, so that's the price. Then what is a pricing policy? Pricing policy means it is the policy of a company. It is the policy of a company or business that guides the price setting of its goods and services that are offered for sale. This is what the pricing policy. The pricing policy means it is a guide. It is a guide which helps the business or the company to set a particular price for its products which are offered to the customers. So the goods and services, how the goods and services are to be priced so as to attract the customers. So every company, every manufacturer will have its own pricing policy. Unless they have certain pricing policy, they cannot fix the price of their goods or services. In setting prices, the business will take into account the price at which it could acquire the goods, the manufacturing cost, the marketplace, the competition, market condition, brand, and quality of products. These are the various factors the business will consider while setting its price for the products and services offered to the customers. So, which it could acquire the goods, that means the cost of materials, the manufacturing cost, the marketplace, the competition, the market condition, brand, and quality of product. All these things combinedly will help the business organization. They will take into account all these aspects and they will set the price of their products. Then what are the objectives of pricing? There are several objectives the business organizations should keep in mind while fixing the price for its products. Because after all, it is the price. Basically, it is the price which decides the demand for a particular product. You know, the demand for a product is basically decided by the price. Now, demand, law of demand. What is the law of demand? According to law of demand, when the price increases, demand decreases. When the price decreases, demand increases. That's the basic law of demand. Therefore, while fixing the price for its commodity, for its goods, they should have certain objectives. What are those objectives? The first and foremost objective behind the pricing of the product is a profit maximization. Profit maximization. We know the business, the main motto of any business or basic motto of any business is profit. So everybody tries to increase its profits, maximize its profits. Okay, somehow, whatever it may be, the profit is to be maximized. The business people, they won't satisfy with the existing profit. They always try to maximize their profit. Therefore, what strategy, what policy is to be adopted to maximize profit? The second objective of pricing is satisfactory profits. So So satisfactory profits, unless they satisfy with the profits earned or given by the business organization, they may not satisfy. Everybody will get profits, but how much? The satisfactory profits are to be earned. Therefore, they fix the price accordingly. Next, target return on investment profit oriented. So, return on investment, ROI. So most of the companies, they expect this much of profit, this much of return on their investment. So what is that return on investment, whether it is 10% or 15% or 20%? So accordingly they fix the price. If a company which fix its return on investment 10%, it fixes the price accordingly. The company which expects 20% return on investment, it fixes its price accordingly. Therefore, the return on investment is another objective. Next, market share. What is the market share? How much market share we would like to target? So market share means the proportion of demand of a particular organization or particular business or particular manufacturer in relation to total market, total demand. Nowadays, every company is trying to get more and more market share for its products. Okay, market share depends upon the size of the organization and the investment made by the organization in research and development and other activities and advertisements and all these things. But in spite of other things, everybody tries to catch hold more and more market share. Okay, next, sales maximization and sales oriented. So some of the organizations, okay, I don't want any profit, I want sales, that's all. I want sales. I have to sell my product to each and everybody, I don't want any profit. I don't want any profit. A meager profit is enough for me. A 2% profit is enough for me. But I want to sell my product to each and every person. Every person, or maximum, most of the customers should buy my product. So some of the organizations will orient their objective towards sales maximization, sales oriented. Next, pricing objective is maintain existing prices. Sometimes the existing prices are to be maintained, because in certain situations when the cost is going up, when the cost of materials is going on, it is very difficult for the company to maintain the existing price. They have to increase the price. But if you increase the price, your demand will go down. Therefore, certain organizations, they always try to maintain the existing prices for their products. Next pricing objective is meet competition's price, status quo oriented. So the competitor price, whatever the price fixed by the competitor, the same price will be fixed by this company. Because if you fix more than the price of your competitor, nobody will buy your product. Nobody will buy your product. Therefore, some of the business organizations, they always fix their price in relation to their competitors. What is the price of the product produced by our competitor? The same price they will try to maintain. If they increase, these fellows also will increase. If they decline the price or if they decrease the price, this organization will also decrease the price. Okay, they always, they don't want to look into their profit objective. Okay, so these are the various objectives of pricing. Now, what are the various factors which influence the pricing policy? Now, the pricing policy is being influenced by several factors. To keep in mind various factors to frame its pricing policy. Unless these factors are considered, by the business organizations, they cannot fix the pricing policy. They cannot decide the pricing policy. These factors will influence the pricing policy of the business. What are those factors? Number one, fixed and variable cost. Now, the pricing policy of any organization, as we have studied in the previous classes, that the price, what is the price? Price is a value. Price is a consideration paid by the buyer in exchange of goods and services. Okay, so when a business organization, when a business firm preparing the pricing policy, it should keep in mind the what is our fixed cost and what is our variable cost. What is our fixed cost and what is our variable cost? Because these are the two major cost components. Fixed cost. What is fixed cost? Fixed cost is a cost which does not vary with the level of production. Fixed cost is a cost which does not vary with the level of production. Variable cost means the cost which varies, which change according to the level of production. So, what is our fixed cost? What is our variable cost? That figures are to be kept in mind by the management or the business organizations while framing the pricing policy. If they do not consider the fixed cost and variable cost, they cannot prepare the pricing policy. Okay. Next, second one, competition. What is the level of competition in the market? You know, in the last class we have learned there are various market structures. There are various market structures. What are those? Monopolistic competition, oligopoly, monopoly, perfect competition. These are the various market competitive structures that are working or operating in any economy. So, the business organization, while fixing the price for its product, it should keep in mind the competition. What is the level of competition? What are the roles played by the competitors? Who are the major competitors? Do we have the large business organizations as a competitor, or there are no large business organizations or corporate companies in the industry? What is the level of competition? That competition you should keep in mind while fixing the price for your product. Okay, so competition is another factor. Next, the third factor is the business objective. The objective of business. What is your objective? What is your objective? Main objective, main important objective of your business. You know, in the first chapter itself, we have learned there are several categories of objectives of a firm. The business organizations are having different objectives. All business organizations may not have same objective. Everybody is different from others. Somebody's objective may be profit maximization, somebody's objective may be sales maximization, somebody's objective may be return on investment maximization, somebody's objective may be providing employment, somebody's objective may be helping the economy, somebody's objectives may be producing the products, somebody's objectives may be sociological objectives. So there are different angles of the objectives, different types of objectives. What is your objective? What is your objective? So based on your objective only, you are going to fix the price of your product. Okay, so the objective of business will also influence the pricing policy of the company. Next, the target group and willingness to pay. The target group and willingness to pay. What is your target group? So which group of customers you are targeting? What is their willingness to pay? Suppose if you target the children, then your pricing policy should be different, because as far as the children are concerned, their purchasing power is very low. Their willingness to pay will be very low, so the price will be lower. If you target the young customers, youth, then your pricing policy will be different. Suppose if you target the middle class, then your pricing policy would be different. Suppose if you target the high class people, your pricing policy would be different. Okay, so which group you are targeting, that's called known as a target marketing. In marketing, there is a concept of target marketing. You have to target the customer for which the goods have been produced. You have to focus on that particular targeted customers and try to get more and more market share. Therefore, what is the category of group you are targeting? You may target the lower income people or middle class people or high income people or youngsters, or you can divide the total market into different categories. and a particular category you can select. So based on the demographic factors of that particular target group, you have to fix your price. Okay. So for example, the cars, motor cars. You take the example of motor cars. So what is the price range of cars? You know, there is a car in the market just for 2 lakhs rupees. And there is a car in the market 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. And there are cars for 50 lakhs or 1 crore rupees. Price varies. That means the company which is producing the 2 lakhs car is targeting the middle class people. Their purpose is to attract the middle class because 2 lakhs is a heavy amount for the middle class. So these 2 lakhs cars will not be purchased by the high income group. They always go for premier cars. They don't want to change their opinion, or they always feel proud to have high priced car. Higher the price of the car, they feel so proud to have that particular car. Therefore, high income group target always they fix high price. Both are cars. 2 lakhs rupees car is a car. 20 lakhs rupees car is also a car. Both are useful for the traveling. The purpose of using vehicle is traveling, moving from one place to another place. That's all. What is there? Why the particular company is producing only 2 lakhs rupees value car and another company is producing 20 lakhs car? Because their target is different. These people are targeting the lower and middle class people. That company is targeting the high class people. Therefore, based on the target, their price will be different. Next, positioning. Market positioning. So positioning means at what level we would like to be in the market. At what stage we want to be. We want to position our company at the lower level or middle level or high level. It's called market positioning. So market positioning is another factor which decides the pricing policy. If you want to dominate the market, if you want to place your product at the high end, accordingly you have to choose a particular pricing policy. So these are the various important factors the company should keep in mind, should consider all these factors while fixing its pricing policy or while preparing its pricing policy. Otherwise, it cannot prepare and follow a proper pricing policy. Okay. So now let us know what are the common pricing policies. Common pricing policies. There are two common pricing policies. One is one price policy or single price policy. One price policy or single price policy. What is one price policy? One price policy offers the same price to all its customers who purchase products under the same conditions and in the same quantities. most companies use a one price policy because it makes pricing easier and customers like it. Okay, so one price policy or uniform price policy, you can also call it as a uniform price policy. So what is uniform price policy? Uniform price policy means the same price to all customers, same price to all customers who purchase products under the same conditions, and in the same quantities. That means there may not be any price discrimination. A uniform price can be paid by the customers for the goods purchased under similar conditions or in similar quantity. There may not be any difference in the price. Okay, so most companies use a one price policy. So in the marketing, in the company, in the business world, most of the companies follow this particular policy, one price policy, because it makes pricing easier. Why the companies follow this one price policy or uniform price policy? Because it makes pricing easier. They can fix prices so easily. Because a single price, that's all. Whatever the price fixed by the company, that price is applicable to all people. So the company need not calculate all these things. This market, that price, this market, that price, what is the cost? All these things are nonsense for them. They just fix one price and they will sell in the market. So it makes pricing easier and customers like it. So customers also will try to have or favorable to this particular one price policy or uniform price policy. Okay, this is one pricing policy. Next, the second pricing policy is flexible price policy. Flexible price policy. Flexible means according to the situation, they will change their price. Flexible, variable. So flexible price policy offers the same product and quantities to different customers at different prices. So the flexible policy, product may be same. Product may be same, the quantity of the product is same, but it sell with different price to the different customers. For example, the best example for flexible pricing policy is cinema theater. You know, movie, cinema theater, what is the ticket value? There are 3 or 4 classes in every cinema theater. If it is a balcony, the price will be different. If it is a first class, the price will be different. If it is second class, the price will be different. And the last floor, the price will be different. You know? But the cinema is the same. Is there any difference in the movie for the balcony customers and first class and second class and ground floor customers. No, movie is the same, but the price charged to the customers is different. So flexible price. So for example, grocery stores might give frequent shoppers discount prices. You know, in the super bazaars and the grocery shops and main shops, they frequently give discounts. If you buy these products during this season, you will get this much of discount. Product is same. If you buy other than in the particular season, you have to pay higher price. If it is discount season, the same product will be offered to the customers at lower price. So Deepavali offer, Dasara offer, Sankranti offer, Pongal offer, summer offer, all offers will be given to the customers. But in the off season, where there are no offers, the customers will buy the same product at a higher price, no? But during the discount season, we get the same product at lower price. Wow, discount offer. People will go to the supermarket or super bazaar and get more and more, whatever the manner, they buy unlimited quantity. Though they don't require it, they buy because, hey, it's very cheap. It's very cheap. Let us have now itself. So the people will rush to that particular shop and buy the products. So flexible pricing has become easier because companies have access to databases that keep track of different price scales. So nowadays, why all these offers are being successful? Because they are making personal sales. Once you visit the supermarket or super bazaar or more market or what is there? The super bazaar, then you have to give them the feedback and you have to enter the phone number. Once they get your phone number, they continuously message you. We are offering this much of discount. You come and visit our shop. So daily we are getting more and more messages from the shoppers so that people are attracted. Therefore, flexible price policy is another common pricing policies. Okay, so in this way, the business organizations will select a particular pricing policy. Every company has its own pricing policy. Okay, so the pricing policy is, the price is the quantity of payment in return for goods and services. The pricing policy is a guide which guide the business organization for setting of its goods and services. So the pricing objectives, every company will have their own objectives while fixing the prices. The important pricing objectives are profit maximization, satisfactory profits, target return on investment profit oriented, market share, sales maximization, sales oriented, maintain existing prices. These are the various pricing objectives and meet competitors price status quo oriented. These are the various pricing objectives. So while fixing the price, while preparing the pricing policy by the any business organization, they should keep in mind various factors they have to consider. All these factors will directly or indirectly will influence the decision made by the business organization regarding the price. Among these various factors, more important factors, one of the important factor is what is the fixed cost and what is the variable cost of the business organization, what is the level of competition, because the competition, according to the competition level only, the price will be fixed. Business objectives, the business may have different objectives. Every business is different on his own conceptual background. Therefore, somebody may uh, run the business purely for business. Somebody may run the business for getting satisfaction. Somebody may run the business for sociological objectives. Somebody may run the business for motivational purpose. Somebody may run the business for serving the people. All these various objectives will decide the pricing policies. Next, target group and willingness to pay. This is another factor which influences the pricing policy. The positioning, market positioning, at what position you would like to place your business. If you want to be at the low end, accordingly your price will be fixed. If you want to be at a high end in the market, then the pricing strategy or pricing policy will be different. Okay. Next, there are two common pricing policies followed by the business organizations. They are one price policy or single price policy or uniform price policy. This uniform price policy offers the same price to all customers who purchase products under the same conditions and in the same quantity. So they will not differentiate their prices for their products as long as their quantity is the same. But most companies use a one price policy because it makes pricing easier. They can fix a price so easily under one price policy or single price policy or uniform price policy, and generally the customers also is attracted by this one price policy or single price policy. And the second pricing policy is flexible price policy. That means according to the situation, according to the season, according to the place, according to different factors, they try to change the price of the product. Flexible price policy offers the same product and quantities to different customers at different prices. So the price charged for the different customers will be different. But the product is the same, quantity is same. For example, the grocery stores might give frequent shoppers discount prices. Therefore, during various seasons, the companies or the uh, supermarkets or manufacturers will try to give more and more discounts during various seasons. So flexible pricing has become easier because companies have access to databases that keep track of different price scales. So nowadays, due to improvement in the communication technology, the companies, the business people are getting the uh, phone numbers of the customers, and they are continuously motivating or providing information to the customers regarding their various offers given in various seasons. Therefore, in this way, the pricing policies of business organizations will help the business to fix their prices accordingly. And in the next class, we try to discuss what are the various pricing strategies. What are the various pricing strategies followed by the business organizations so as to attract the customers, so as to improve the sales, and so as to improve the profit. Okay, thank you very much for attending the class, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. Please post your number and exit from the class. How is the class? Can anybody respond? How is the class? Is it good or satisfactory or very good? Ma Jyoti,
Sir,
how is the class?
good sir.
Huh?
Good sir.
Good. Only good. Only good, not code good.
కాదు ఎట్లయినా బోర్డు మీద చెప్పేంత రాలేదు సార్.
Ah,
క్లాసులతో మిగతా క్లాసులతో పోలిస్తే బెటర్ సార్.
okay, okay. And Kishore? Kishore? Kishore, are you online? సార్ నా అబ్జర్వేషన్ ఏంటంటే చాలా మంది ఊరికే క్లాస్ ఆన్ చేసి పెట్టేసి అక్కడ పెట్టేసి పోయి పనులు చూసుకుంటున్నట్టున్నారు కదా. కిషోర్, కిషోర్, కెన్ యూ కమ్ ఆన్లైన్? ఇంకా ఎవరన్నా ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇస్తారా?